So like,
no, two-time unified heavyweight champion. So far, so good.
oh, with boxing, yeah, 100%. But what I'm saying now is, there's another level of fitness.
Yeah.
You guys wanted me to go bigger? How about twice as big?
You're right. If Anthony Joshua to do what he done to Ngannou, to Jake Paul, that's like life-changing injuries.
Anthony Joshua has left fans absolutely stunned with a terrifying new physique that looks built purely for destruction. He's leaner, sharper, and more explosive than we've seen in years. This transformation has the entire boxing community buzzing, flooding social media with reactions and sending a cold warning straight in Jake Paul's direction. From his rock-solid shoulders to that refreshed, powerful stance that reminds everyone of his early championship run, Joshua's makeover isn't just about looks, it's a statement.
Only way we're gonna win a 12-round fight is if you push yourself in the gym. So, yeah, that's what I like about the world-class boxing gym.
Everyone says they want to be a world champ, but people are not willing to do what it takes to become a world champ. And even in this gym, it's like you're put through the test because, I mean, it's one thing to say you want to hang out with champs and hang out with other fighters, another thing to be able to endure the workout and endure the work, so it's a big thing. He's been pushing himself. He's asking me, what can I do more? How can I be better? How can I build my fitness more? And that's really a sign of a great individual and a great champion. Someone who really...
Joshua made it clear that this size and strength didn't appear overnight. He says it's all down to his natural genetics and consistent hard work in the gym. According to him, when that built-in power is fully switched on through training, it becomes a serious problem for anyone sharing the ring with him. And with Jake Paul being lined up as the next potential opponent, Joshua isn't bulking up just to look impressive. He's tapping into what's already inside him. And once those punches start landing, that could mean real danger for Jake.
A lot of road work. So even though I'm big, this is just genetics.
Right, definitely, yeah.
It's not like I spend hours in the gym like lifting. You can't run 10 miles and only spar 4 rounds. You have to run 4 miles and spar 10 rounds. Yeah, like that. What I'm trying to say is gym work's important with your coach. All this stuff is just the core stuff, this stuff is just the extra add-ons that you're gonna get. But you have to have good technique, you have to have a good understanding of boxing. Like, that's your muscle, your brain. That's what a coach is gonna train you mostly. Like, he wants to train this. And if you've got that at its strongest, yeah, I feel like you'll be good.
So far, so good for Adrian.
Jake Paul himself has openly admitted there's a huge size gap between him and Anthony Joshua. But instead of shying away, he's using it as motivation. Paul says people have spent years telling him to fight someone his own size, so he decided to push it to the extreme and take on a man nearly twice as big. He's framing this matchup as the ultimate test, proof that he's not scared of risk, criticism, or the intense spotlight that comes with stepping in against a heavyweight beast like Joshua. In Jake's eyes, if people want to question how real he is, then facing a giant is the ideal way to answer them. Still, no matter how confident he sounds, that massive physical difference brings a level of danger he simply can't pretend doesn't exist.
You guys wanted me to go bigger? How about twice as big? Literally, he's twice as big as Gervonta. He's 6'6", 260 pounds with an 82-inch reach. I mean, just look at us next to each other. Two-time heavyweight champion of the world, an Olympic gold medalist. While he was winning Olympic gold, I was filming Vines in high school. What'd you say? AJ is a knockout artist with fights that have literally ended in seconds. He's fought legends, Klitschko, Usyk, Ruiz, Ngannou.
Biggest shot I have.
When you look at the tail of the tape for Anthony Joshua versus Jake Paul, the matchup clearly leans heavily in Joshua's favor and could dictate how the fight plays out. Joshua stands 6 feet 6 inches tall with an 82-inch reach and a true heavyweight frame, usually weighing well over 240 pounds. Jake Paul, at about 6 feet 1 inch with a 76-inch reach and roughly 200 pounds, is giving up big advantages in height, weight, and raw power. Joshua's longer reach lets him control the distance, forcing Paul to eat shots just to even get close. The extra weight behind AJ's punches means they carry serious knockout force, while Paul will have to depend on his speed, footwork, and timing to survive. If Joshua uses his size smartly, this could easily turn into a physically overwhelming experience for Jake.
The age difference, we've got 28 years old compared to 36 years old. So I guess the advantage there goes a little bit towards Jake Paul. 28-year-old is better than a 36-year-old. But that being said, we've got talking about experience and everything else. What comes with being 36 years old at Anthony Joshua's level. And then, like I mentioned, the heavyweights kind of seem to prime a little bit older. They'll come down to the height and the weight. This is the big one. 6'1" versus 6'6". 200 pound versus 252 pound. We got a 252 pounder in Anthony Joshua. The reach advantage is a lot, which we would expect. Amateur fights, we can see that Jake's only had one, where AJ's had 43, but 43 of them are included at the highest level, Olympic level. And yes, he won the Olympic bloody gold medal, if I don't need to remind you. Then the pro record, Jake Paul has had 13 fights, lost 1. AJ has had 28 fights and he's lost 4 with 25 KOs. And the one person that Jake Paul lost to was Tommy Fury. Now, can we compare Tommy Fury with Anthony Joshua?
Running that same tale of the tape again only reinforces how lopsided this showdown appears on paper. Anthony Joshua, at 6 feet 6 inches with an 82-inch reach and a natural heavyweight build over 240 pounds, towers over Jake Paul. Meanwhile, Paul stands around 6 feet 1 inch, with a 76-inch reach and close to 200 pounds on the scales. That means he's conceding serious height, mass, and punching power. Joshua's reach gives him the luxury of dictating range, making it dangerous for Paul to try and step inside without getting tagged. The weight gap means AJ's shots will have far more stopping power, while Jake has to lean on movement, quick reactions, and precision. If Joshua plays to his physical strengths, this fight could quickly become a one-sided, punishing night for Paul.
To the people who say Anthony is ruining his legacy just by taking this fight.
Fans don't respect what he's done in the sport already. He's an Olympic gold medalist, 2-time unified heavyweight champion of the world.
I sort of sympathize with him because I feel like if he doesn't beat him quicker than he beat Francis, people are just going to write it off. I'll ask you bluntly, have there been any discussions about there's an agreement, there's a secret contract? Have any of those discussions happened regarding this fight?
It's an 8-round professional fight. AJ wouldn't have taken it if that was the stance it had to be, if it was an exhibition, if it was you've got to hold him up for 8 rounds. It wouldn't suit Anthony Joshua. Anthony Joshua is going in.
Matchroom Boxing CEO Frank Smith has taken a cautious, realistic stance when it comes to the idea of Anthony Joshua facing Jake Paul. He hasn't completely dismissed the fight, but speaking on the Ariel Helwani show, Smith said that while a Joshua comeback is definitely on the cards, it likely won't be against Jake Paul just yet. He's highlighted the huge gap in pedigree, pointing out that Paul's rise is nothing like Joshua's path through top-level opposition. Still, Smith admitted that talks about a potential Paul matchup have been ongoing for early 2026, showing that Matchroom is willing to entertain the hype, even as he keeps expectations grounded in the unpredictable nature of boxing business.
I asked that because I remember when Tyson fought Ngannou the first time, he was like, this isn't my cup of tea, and then obviously he ended up fighting Ngannou, and so I didn't know if this was a bridge too far for him.
No, I think for AJ it was just, look, he's done everything in the sport. He's been, like I say, he's a 2-time unified champion. He's fought the best, the elite fighters in, Alexander Usyk twice. And for him, it's just, right, I want to do things that interested me, motivate me. And obviously, if you can go and do that for a load of money against someone, fair play. I think me and Jake Paul might be more competitive than Jake Paul and Anthony Joshua.
Oh my dear.
I actually want to make, as the comeback fight for Jake Paul, Eddie Hearn, Jake Paul.
Wow.
Yeah. Don't you think that would be big? As the comeback fight.
Yeah, meaning after he loses this one.
For Jake's comeback fight.
You think Eddie would be down?
For money.
Could you imagine?
I know. I'd happily negotiate with Nikisa.
Tony Bellew has been very vocal about his doubts that a Joshua versus Paul fight should even happen. He believes the matchup is a massive mismatch from the start. In his view, Joshua's size, experience, and skill are so far ahead that Jake Paul would be putting himself in serious danger. Bellew also sees the whole thing as largely a cash grab, warning that Paul may be gambling with his health just to secure a huge payday. While Bellew doesn't think a fight like this would damage Joshua's legacy, he insists that if it does take place, AJ would control how long it lasts from start to finish. To him, the event feels more like a money-fueled spectacle than a truly competitive sporting contest.